Hey, and welcome to the Mountain Cat Guitars podcast, where we discuss all things guitar related. My name is Doug Meyer, owner of Mountain Cat Guitars, and I've been buying and selling guitars professionally for over 25 years. From boutique guitar and amp builders, vintage guitar dealers and experts, guitar repairmen and luthiers, retailers, manufacturers, and of course guitar players, we talk to the people who buy, sell, play, and of course obsess over the things we love most, guitars. Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of the Mountain Cat Guitars podcast. My name is Doug Meyer. I am here at the Guitar Sop NYC in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. I'm very happy to be here. Today's podcast is going to be very informal. We took the summer off from podcasting because I was playing tons of gigs. So now that we're back, this is going to be a kind of catch-up episode. Josh from Protocaster Guitars is here, and he just showed up with a bunch of really cool stuff. He just finished. And James Carbonetti is here, and he has done a lot of progress on the guitar project that we had started discussing in an earlier podcast, the Golden Road guitars, which we're very excited about, and a bunch of other cool stuff, so we hope you enjoy the podcast. Hi, we are back. I'm here with Josh from Protocaster Guitars.
Hey, everybody.
And he's a local Brooklyn guy. He lives in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, which is down the road a piece. And we're very excited to be here. This is James Carbonetti's D'Angelico, 1938 D'Angelico. This is no joke.
That is a beast.
This is a serious thing. And it's a lot of fun. Of course, you have to play jazz and crap on it.
Just
crap. I don't mean crap. I mean,
that's a registered trademark.
Not respectful. But it's a super duper guitar, and we're having a lot of fun. So let's get right to it, Josh.
Let's get
How
right
are
to
you,
it, Doug. I'm doing pretty well.
No, I gotta speak to you 10 times a day.
It's true.
Like I literally do.
It's true.
We have a lot of shit going on. So stuff going on.
Yeah. Please.
Kids,
Watch your mouth.
Kids.
Watch your mouth. This is a very popular children's program.
There's a lot of
I'll
fucking
have you know.
guitars here. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I just love cursing. So let's get to it. You're holding that one.
I'm holding I'm just going to go ahead and pat myself on the back here for a little bit. I think this might be the prettiest Protocaster I've done so far.
Well, you said you'd recently seen a vintage sunburst finish that had changed your view on shit.
Exactly. A customer friend of mine brought in a 61 Tele Custom. And I was able to really pour over the finish on the thing, really inspect the sunburst of it, and when it came time to spray another burst, I wanted to do it as closely to that particular guitar as I could. And one of the things that I noticed with it was that even in that early year, it was a 61, even in that early year, they were still starting to do like an opaque center to the burst. So usually the way that you'll spray one of these things is you'll have the kind of yellow part of the burst sprayed over the whole body. And in this case, that yellow has like a little bit of opacity to it, a little bit of pigment mixed in. And that gives it this like slightly cloudy look, which by Fender standards, it was meant to actually obscure the grain a little bit to allow them to use cheaper wood.
Yeah, Leo was a practical guy.
Exactly. Basically, as a rule of thumb, for any of you out there, if you're wondering why Fender did a thing, it's because it was 5 cents cheaper that
practical,
way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just try to save business the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. But so in this case, sprayed the burst. It's hard to tell in this light, but the edges are actually a really dark brownish red.
They
not
look
black.
like Gibson Viceroy sunburst.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is that same, like, the tiny bit of red in it just makes it look, like, awesome. It's almost like what Rock Burst is.
That's a really good description, and on the edges too. Again, it's kind of tough to tell.
You can see
this isn't light.
Yeah, this is that color.
It's almost
got a tiny
violet
bit of red
brown.
Right, it's almost like violet, right, dark,
purpley brown,
like super dark purple.
Yes,
right.
yeah. And when the sun hits this, it really comes alive. And this particular guitar is just. This clearly just happens to be an aesthetic I love, but it hits all of the marks for me. Where you've got just this kind of dark, rich rosewood fretboard with nice clay inlays, this beautiful burst. Regrettably, the last set of Florence pickups.
And that brings us to another thing we're going to get to today, which is exciting because our dear friend Peter Florence passed away, and he was my favorite pickup guy, or one of my favorite pickup guys. I carry a lot of pickup guys. But he was an old friend, so I was biased. I've known him 30 years, and he recently passed away. We'd like to say, rest in peace, buddy. But these are some of the last Florence pickups that we'll ever have, and we're not going to have them in this guitar. But we did get some pickups. We went looking for some new pickup options for our Protocaster makeovers and to have here at the shop and at my shop. And everyone had always spoke so highly of throwback pickups. So as we speak, James Carbonetti is over there putting a set of throwback pickups in a guitar that we just got. And we're going to check them out with you guys, which will be a lot of fun. And they're super cool people, and we hope they sound as good as everybody says they do, which I'm sure they do, because everybody says they sound good, but we'll hear them at the same time you will, which will be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And those will be an option because we want, we do Protocaster makeovers, which we're going to get to, because he's putting in a Protocaster makeover right now, and we want to offer people various levels of pickup options, and we're going to carry a lot of good pickups, but everyone always spoke so highly of throwbacks that when we went looking for other ones, we had to check those out, and they were super cool people. And we're going to check them out in a very cool makeover that has been getting a lot of love on Instagram. We did a makeover based on Paul Kossoff's light colored, really beat up.
Yeah, super faded, unburst kind of Les Paul.
Crazy big marks on it. Because he also had a dark burst and he had other guitars, but that's the one that's most associated with him.
One of the neat things about that particular guitar is it just comes from an era where they're just guitars. It doesn't matter. Whatever. They don't have this legendary Excalibur type status to them. There's not that preciousness about them. They're just things. They're just things to help you make music.
It has crazy marks on it, but that makeover is great, so that'll be out in a minute. So we'll get to that. We diverged for a moment, but we haven't done podcasts unless we have a lot of ground to cover. So, and that's exciting. And this is just one of a bunch of Protocasters, because I haven't been out to Brooklyn in a while, so I'm picking up all these guitars, so it's a perfect opportunity to get them into the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So we've also got this really cool slate metallic Protocaster, which, to be totally honest, this color was basically an accident. Doug and I had talked a little bit about doing. I mean, this was perfectly intentional. Everything we do is very strictly intentional.
We're accidents.
Yeah.
So it's not the worst thing.
Exactly. Yeah. This is just serendipity. That's all.
It just happens to be a cool color.
Yeah. So Doug and I had talked about doing this interesting kind of blue metallic on a Tele. We hadn't done something like that in a while. So for this T-type, that's what I was aiming at, but instead ended up with something that I thought, okay, I'll keep going with this. This is really cool.
Like it's logical.
For sure. It's of the time, and
I'm sure that it doesn't look that different than sassy grass green can look at times when that fades. Ever see that color?
No.
Adam from Satellite's really into that color. Sassy grass green was one of those car colors. So you can see like cobras in that. Sassy grass or sassy grass green.
Okay.
He just showed me. I think his car is that color. He was looking at a car. I remember he showing it on my phone. I was like, we got to do a guitar in that color. But it basically looks like this.
What a job that is for
picking up those names.
Yeah. It's the same way in the makeup world. It can't just be red. It's got to be like Vampire Crimson.
Right. But I was sitting with Adam Grimm, and he's really into all that stuff.
For sure.
And he knows all that stuff. And he has a.
He is. He's voluminous in his knowledge about that stuff.
He said that name, I was like, oh my god! But it's basically this color.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you see it on old Camaros and shit like that.
I mean, one of the things about an error like this that is kind of neat is that it gives us a chance to make up a name. And so, slate metallic, I feel like
isn't as cool as sassy Chris.
Fair enough. You know what?
I'll
take that back.
Yeah.
I'm fired. That's it.
Yeah, the go give it sassy Chris Green is better.
Oh, it's funny.
But but it's a cool color. And he did some interesting stuff on this, and I like the white.
Yeah, just some neat little aesthetic touches on this particular guitar. Also went with the Mustang style tuners.
Yeah, which are really
white,
cool. And they match that.
Tips.
That's a cool look.
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing kind of flows together.
Yeah, that's a great guitar. Super
lightweight.
Yeah, crazy light.
I mean,
this is like the perfect weight because they shouldn't be too light. I always tell that story where like G. Smith told me like, don't buy the lightest Teles because you can't hear them when you play with a band.
Yeah.
He's like, find heavy Teles, and he had 50s Teles that were very heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, they sound better with a band.
Yeah, came with the original Fender kickstand.
I mean, they weren't heavy, but they were like Les Paul heavy. But he's like, they sound better. He's like, you could find them. He's like, but no one wants them. And when you play with a big, who would know more about playing in a band than him?
Yeah, that
He's
guy's
done more
about as
gigs
encyclopedic
with
as it
different
gets.
kinds of bands. He's like, those light tellies just disappear, and I've had that happen. Like great sounding tellies, but in a band, no matter how loud you turn up your amp, it's not cutting through, or then it's just too loud.
Oh, that's
And
interesting.
then it's too low. You know, it's just not sitting in the mix right.
Yeah. Huh.
You know, like
okay.
where some guitars just sit in the mix every time, like no matter what you use them for, they're perfect.
Yeah.
So that was his theory. He's like, don't buy those for the light ones. They sound great in your bedroom, but if you go play with a band, they sort of disappear.
Huh. That's interesting. Yeah.
That's why even the heavy Les Pauls, like everyone says, oh, those Northern period Les Pauls suck. They don't suck. They're just a little heavy on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And the necks don't feel great, but they could sound really good. I mean,
Yeah.
every 70s record was done with a 70s Black Beauty. You
Yeah,
know, like,
that's fair.
You know, those guys were playing those guitars. They were just 11 pounds.
Yeah,
12
they
pounds.
just they had like a metal stand that the thing
They're
sat
really
on.
But they don't sound not good because they're heavy.
Right.
You don't need a feather light Les Paul. You know, like a heavy one could sound, but when Les Paul heavy is 12 pounds, that's too much on your heavy telly is 9 pounds. That's good for a Les Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
yeah.
so it's not the worst thing. No one could stand up with a 12-pound telly.
No, although the Les Paul makeover we've got coming out, that's 8.5 pounds, I think.
Right.
A little.
That's
little
right.
lighter.
But that's what everybody considers the sweet spot. But if they're a little heavier, like the chambered Les Pauls, like they sound good, but they're missing something.
That's interesting. I've
They
not had
sound more
enough A/B experience to
Well, they
confirm
did the
that.
chambered ones, and then there's weight relief. Weight relievers, they just popped a bunch of holes in it. That doesn't count. You know, that's just
Right,
like a
that's
machine
right,
came in
yeah,
just
yeah.
because they were buying heavy wood and they could use it. But they did the chambered reissues, and those sound really good, but they sound like 335.
Huh, that's
Because
interesting.
they're literally chambered.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
have
from a
one.
construction standpoint, they're
Yeah.
very similar.
Yeah, it was a really cool guitar, but when you play it, it sounds more like a 335. It has air.
Yeah.
You know, where like, you know, and then builders like Brian Monti, you know, who I love, I work with him all the time, you know, thought everything should be chambered.
Yeah, oh, is that right?
Yeah, he was like,
Oh,
Les Paul should
he's
have been chambered.
a big proponent.
He's like, they should have been chambered from the beginning.
I didn't realize
He
that.
believes that, and his guitars mostly are chambered.
Huh.
And I have a bunch of those coming in. I don't have pictures for you folks yet, but I have a bunch of his Blues Masters coming in, which are his, you know, thing.
And that guy
He
can
chambers them.
build a guitar.
Yeah,
That's
but he was
for
like,
sure.
they should all be chambered. He's
Yeah.
like, you know, they sound better. So, you know, there's different views of things, but he thinks everything should have been chambered.
Sure.
Like, they should have been chambered in the 50s.
Yeah. Huh.
You know, but, you know, the opinion, but his guitars should only sound good.
that
You
is
know.
for sure.
But they'll
it's hard
sound slightly
to.
different with
Yeah.
chambering. You know, like they could sound airier. They have that, you know, like they sound like a 335 almost. Which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
a good sound. You know,
that is an
335s
excellent sound.
are good stuff.
Well, so we also happen to have. We're really.
We got a lot of stuff.
Packed with Protocasters here recently. Been cranking away in the shop. Got
of course,
a
the Blackguard.
Blackguard here for you.
We've been
Classic.
doing a lot of blackguards.
Yeah, actually, we really have been kind of in a string of Blackguards, and this one has got an interesting neck. All three of these guitars have different necks.
Right.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah. Okay. So the one that I've got in my hands.
Plug in the
Yeah. I tell you what. I'll take that
this
from you.
horrible thing.
I know it's just terrible.
Yeah.
There you go.
And this is a black hole amp made by Gio Loria in Los Angeles, who is an awesome dude and makes amazing stuff. I'm going to blow up this amp. Supposed to put it on something. I'm a professional. I've done it. See? And this amp sounds great. This guitar sounds great. See, I love this now. Like, this is my favorite now.
So for the past string of Blackguards, I've done basically the same kind of harder, what I'm describing as a medium V neck. It's sizable at the first fret depth, and then at the 12th fret, it's also pretty big. If I recall correctly, offhand, that's 0.88 at the first fret, and then 0.98 at the 12th
You see,
fret.
most guys now know their measurements that they
Yeah,
like.
I
It's
know.
funny, you tell
At
the
one
guys on
point,
the
I'd be
phone,
like,
I still
"Oh,
don't get that."
that
Yeah,
is-
but
that is
everyone
great.
knows their measurements now,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is kind of helpful.
It's very helpful.
You know, because you're not shipping them, they have no idea what the neck's gonna feel like.
The general descriptor of it feels medium.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell you anything. You don't know anything
Like,
about it.
somewhere between medium and big. That's how I used to order decks.
Yeah, yeah.
But now guys will be like, they know the measurements that they like. I still haven't got that together because it takes me a long time to learn shit because I'm stupid. But I still know what the measurements, because you say them all the time. It's a this, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know what you're talking about.
But so this neck is definitely a pretty hand-filling medium V shape.
But I've played a lot of 50s tellies. A lot of them feel like this.
Yeah.
Mine does. It's funny. I have a 54. It does not feel like this.
Is that right?
Mine feels like very regular neck, like that one.
Ah.
You know,
That's
but
interesting.
I've played a lot of them. This is the neck I like. It's not on my telly.
Sure.
It's on my Protocaster telly.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's not on my actual telly because it's earlier.
Right.
Mine's a 54.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this is more on 52s. You find this.
It's funny. All of the kind of hard and fast rules for this sort of thing.
Yeah, are
you can almost always find
real.
exceptions.
Yeah. Well, everyone thinks like, oh, all 58 Les Pauls have the same neck.
Right.
They didn't.
Nope.
So you can't say, oh, it has a 58 neck. I mean, now people just say that's a big C neck, but they weren't all big C necks.
Sure.
They
Larry did it this way.
right.
Frank did it that way.
They were handmade necks.
Yeah.
You know, if they weren't coming up with CNC and was programmed, then they would have been the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they were all handmade necks.
Yeah,
so
well,
they
I mean, even then, even with the CNC neck, there's still some guy doing some cleanup, and maybe I'll take the shoulder in a little bit.
Yeah, I have a lot of CNC guitars in my shop because I deal with guitar builders, even from the same builder, and I know it came off his CNC. The neck doesn't feel the same.
Sure.
Because there's still a lot of sanding involved.
Yeah, I mean, so that 57, had a 57 gold top roll through the shop lately. The guy had me do some work to the top of it, but the neck was far smaller than I would have thought.
Think. Yeah, you think it was this big giant neck.
Yeah, it's more like a Clapton V, like on a Clapton V Strat.
Right.
Comfortable, slight V shape, but
there are
smaller.
V-necks. Right. That's what I discovered that at Chelsea at one point. Like, because I love V-necks on Fenders. I didn't know there were Gibson V-necks.
Yeah.
And then a gold top came in from this guy Bill Sims in Manhattan. He was a great blues player. And he brought his gold top in for repair, and I was like, holy shit, that's a V-neck. And it turns out, what GE always said, I always reference what he said because I spent so much time in Mitchell Guitars, he knows fucking everything.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, there was one of those guys. There were a lot of guys who carved necks, and one of the guys made V-necks.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have a V-neck 54 gold top. And
the hand conforms to that.
Right,
makes so much more sense.
But it was, classical guitars have V-necks, so that is a way to make necks. So that guy may have come from Europe and had been taught to make slight V, because you can make big necks that are really comfortable.
Yes, absolutely.
You can't make giant necks and giant Cs that are comfortable. It just doesn't fit in your hand right.
No, it's too much.
But you can make really giant necks. Like classical guitar necks are gigantic.
Yeah.
But they play in a different style. They're all in here, so it's slightly different. But but you can have a big neck with it as long as the shoulders are scooped a bit. Like if it's just a big C, like Gibson's like 58 necks generally aren't that great because it's just this big goofy neck.
Exactly. Well, so check this one out. So this is more of the classic Protocaster neck.
Right, this is what my 54 feels like. Everyone would think, oh, 54 telly doesn't feel like that.
Right.
Mine does.
Yeah, so this is
so some of them must.
Substantial, basically a medium-sized neck with a soft V.
Right, this is a different feeling neck than that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Not nearly as pronounced a V, and measurements that are a little smaller.
Wow, these Peter pickups are amazing.
Yeah.
That's a good sounding neck pickup too.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a good sounding guitar.
The combo that I always found worked was his TE60 and the neck position, and then his TE50 and the bridge position.
Yeah, this neck position.
The neck had clarity to it, and had articulation. Bridge was right, it was aggressive. It's such a shame.
Wow. This guitar is dope.
Some.
This guitar is for sale, but probably by the time this airs, it will no longer be.
That's probably right.
Because I kind of want this. Wow, this guitar's slamming.
Yeah, and it's funny. This is actually a little bit heavier a guitar than I typically do.
We're just saying, right?
Maybe
that has something to do with it, right? It's not just pickups, because this is definitely heavier. Something heavier than that guitar. This is probably more like
it's a little over 8 pounds,
right? Which is like a Les Paul.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't feel like this would feel fine to stand up with,
for sure.
But this guitar, you could hear it has bass.
Yeah, it's a full.
That's
guitar.
a neck pickup.
Yeah, it's a full. Good,
perfect
nice
rock and roll
balance,
guitar, but and his amp is really slamming.
Yeah, I was about to say.
For those who don't know, check out Black Bolt Amps. Gio is an awesome dude, and he's in LA, as I said, and these amps they look amazing. obviously, but they sound really good. Yeah, this guitar's dope. And how you doing over there, Cobra?
Finishing up.
Awesome. So we have an amazing makeover that's about to come out. Cobra's putting those throwback pickups in, and that will be fun.
I'm curious, as a basis of comparison,
That's right, we don't plug that
same
in.
pickups,
Right, different guitar. Let's see.
different guitar.
But it's still rosewood.
Yes. Now it could be.
This one's lighter.
It is. Yes. So
This guitar is very light.
That guitar is
For a Fender.
6.5 pounds.
Right, that's a big difference. So that's
yeah.
a pound and a half.
Yeah. It's the yeah.
There you go. I'll just throw it in the thing. That one has more output.
Could also be the pickup height.
This one seems to have more top end and less bottom end, which that theory may be correct.
It might be.
G's theory that one has an extra pound and a half. It has more bottom end. But this one would sit right in the mix really nicely.
Sure.
Yeah, that one seems to have that bottom end, so maybe we just even proved that theory correct.
Could be.
We're proving
in order
shit.
to,
Is what we're doing here. We prove things.
We'll need to isolate our variables in terms of pickup height, that sort of thing.
I think we just proved something.
I think we also proved that we need to bring out a tuner.
Yeah, we don't have a tuning guitar, but we just proved something about something. Nice. Yep, that's not working.
There we go.
Funny, I used to know how to tune a guitar.
Part of the experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, these strings are new.
This is.
Something. For some reason I can't tune. We're to entertain the folks.
Yeah, I was about to say we've got riveting tuning entertainment
Yes.
here.
Everyone likes
At
to
the,
watch a guy tune a
the
guitar.
Mountain Cat Tuning Hour.
Yeah, it's fucking great. No one tunes a guitar like me. Sorry, folks.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a
It's a weird tuning in.
yeah. So this particular little tuner, you can't
Looks
see
like
it
a
from that
Tom
perspective.
stroke
It's
tuner.
a little teeny stroke tuner.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
There's a reason they got rid of stroke tuning. This one's really arcing good time.
Yeah.
Cleans up really nicely. Yes, these neck pickups are great.
It's also a good looking guitar.
The fact is everyone's going to want these pickups now, and now they don't make them. But you can probably find them used. But I mean, there's so many great pickup guys. You know, like I was just...
It really is. I think we talk about this every time we talk about gear. It really is the golden age as far as just about anything.
Yeah, anything
that,
to
you
do with a
want from a
guitar.
craftsmanly
You
standpoint.
find a repro part for anything now.
A repro part.
That used to be
and-
the biggest problem.
Well, somebody who's devoted themselves to making it better, really, than it ever was made in the
Really,
first place.
Just certain things like, yeah, I mean, basically what you do. You know, like you shoot lacquer that's like old lacquer.
Sure.
You know, like because the old lacquer was better. And
Yeah.
you have to shoot it thin, and a factory can't do that.
Right, right.
Yeah,
It's just not practical.
It's just not practical. You can't
Yeah.
do it. That's why they didn't do it much into the 60s.
Yeah, and
They stopped.
Yeah, exactly. And the small label makers
Can do that.
they're able to throw so much more time at a
Into
thing
a
than
thing.
you're able to do.
Yeah, like when
in
Cobra
a
brings out those
factory
guitars,
situation.
you'll see like building a guitar. A factory can't build it like this. You know, like a machine just spits one of these out every 14 seconds. Yeah, but it's not
Yeah.
going to do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but I mean, that's all done by hand. You can see he's still carving this. You know,
Yeah.
But in reality, a machine would come and do all that. Yeah, like,
Carve it right out.
yeah, that's why like the carve top, you know, the top carves on old Les Pauls are all different.
Yeah, and
They say because the blades themselves would wear down.
Hmm.
There's ones that have no top carve. There's a one that is a flat top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I've not seen that.
Yeah, if it hasn't
Just the machines had worn out at that point?
Or maybe it went through and they didn't engage the thing or something.
Huh.
But there's one that has no carb at all.
Oh,
And
well, here we
here's
go. We're
James.
getting a
Okay,
special
say hello to the
delivery.
folks. This is
Hello.
James. Well, we call him Cobra because we know him since he's a
I'll
kid.
tell you what, Jimmy, why don't you grab the, why don't you reach in between the
Yeah.
Taylor?
We got a lot going on. And there's Moschino back there doing something with tools.
Yeah.
We'll have him out in a moment.
He's doing some dentistry.
Yeah, some guy broke a
Not a lot
tooth.
of people know that he does dentistry on the side.
He's very good at it. He fixed my
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the moment of truth. And a couple of moments of truth. I don't recommend you do that at home, but I'm a professional, so I'm allowed. All right, so let's talk about this guitar for a moment first.
Yeah, so this is our first Kossoff makeover, Kossoff style makeover. The flame on this particular top doesn't really match the flame of the original guitar, but this was basically
this was a
an
test.
experiment.
This wasn't supposed to be a Kossoff.
Exactly, yeah.
Had it done.
But that said, it is a beautiful top on this
Yeah,
guitar.
because we have another makeover ready to go.
Yep.
That
With a
does have the
tighter
right.
grain,
Right.
tighter flame.
But it was
the
more to-
grain matches better.
Chris Mojo.
Well, hello.
Wow.
Oh,
He's
man.
like a celebrity fan.
I know.
And
We
he
got
wore a
all
cool
kinds
hat,
of
too.
special guests in
Come
here.
say hello to the folks.
Yeah, step on in.
The Chris Mojo, his real name is Chris Kush. We could use your real name.
I'm glad you brought that.
Is
I
had
wanted to
Mojo
see
Guitars
it.
in New York City. He's a New York City guy. He's been doing the guitar thing for longer than pretty much anybody, except for a couple dudes. He knows more about guitars than anybody, probably. And he's a buddy of ours. And we're glad he came by.
This is awesome.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute too. That's Bob Rush in Florida, who makes Jerry Garcia replica guitars, and that's obviously a replica of Jerry's Strat in the early 70s, the Alligator, which we'll get around to also. So we were just talking about this guitar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Familiar?
so.
The Kossoff?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Josh just had this finish.
Nice.
This is like our test version of this finish. And I'm glad you came, because we're just about to try these pickups. We haven't heard them yet. They're throwbacks, which are supposed to be amazing, and we're going to find out right now if they are.
Yep.
And
It's the moment of truth.
this is it.
I need a.
Who's heard more
need a drum roll.
guitars than you? I was showing it to Mojo.
So,
Put them at the middle.
so we've got the.
Hold it up.
How's that?
Oh, wow.
So got the throwbacks in this thing. Let's give it a whirl. Let's see what
All
it
right.
sounds like.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah, play me a song.
It's been tuned. You tuned it, never? Okay. All right, so that's the bridge pickup. So the first thing I'm hearing is that it's bright.
Yeah, bright, articulate.
Which is
um,
a PAF thing.
Which PFs? I always say like the back, a real set of PFs to me sounds like a Telecaster, and then when in the bridge position, and when you go to there, it sounds like the most awesomest
335.
thing ever,
Yeah.
and it's clear as hell. So we haven't got to the neck pickup yet, but already the bridge pickup I'm digging.
Well, I mean, you can hear your
Right, you can do all that.
fingernails yeah, exactly.
But that's what you get on every
Slide across.
record.
Yeah, yeah,
Old
yeah.
records, right?
And that's what always annoys me is when people think PAFs are really warm. It's like, no, they're bright.
They're bright as
pickups.
hell. They listen to Jimmy Page when he hits
Yeah.
it, goes into that back position.
Yep.
It sounds like a Telecaster.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's how those guys were doing it. I just,
Yeah.
you know, like that's just my fingernail. It's not a pick. That's why a lot of those guys didn't
That
really use
percussive,
picks.
compressed
Right.
slide of
So
your.
you plug this into a 100-watt Marshall, like a Fillmore, you know, and turn down slightly, and you can have all this. To me, they sound pretty PAF-y already, you know. Mojo, what do you think?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Now we can go to the middle position. that sounds clear.
Yeah, that is articulate, that is crisp.
That's what I noticed. The big
That's
difference
nice.
between real PAFs is the neck pickup is just
clear.
It sounds like a bridge pickup, but a little fat.
Bro, it's not this.
Right. Yeah, new Gibsons, not to shit on new Gibson pickups, but they're horrible. So, I'm sorry. But they don't sound good to music. For music, not good. Because the neck pickup is just awful. The bridge pickup can sound okay, but it's easier to get them. But you go to the neck pickup and you're like, it's nothing. It just sounds like the tone, and then you go, wow, it sounds like the tone.
Right, I feel like I'm at 2.
Yeah, there's just nothing going on.
Yeah, that's it.
It's 3 usable places to be, and then if you start messing with all this stuff, you'll find more usable places. And that's what, those guys didn't have effects; they had these.
Right, yeah.
That was their effect.
Yeah, you and I were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, like
why
I
you
just
see
put
so
an amp
much
on
wear.
10.
Right, Otis
around
Rush,
that
you know,
area.
I wanted to see that he would put everything on 10 and operate it from here. That's what blues guys did.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they thought they were supposed to do.
Musical.
Yeah, this tone knob's here. So you put the tone there at 10.
and
so you can operate it
hence-
from there when you're singing.
Right,
Yeah.
and hence you would see like a divot around
Right,
one of
exactly.
the things.
Because that Joe Perry guitar, he must have long nails like me.
Yeah,
So,
long
like, he must
nails
have
and rings.
Doing this, right.
Yeah.
But if it had to be nails, the rings
Yeah.
couldn't have got into there.
Oh, yeah.
But he
okay.
probably had long nails. 'Cause
Although
I-
he might have
And
been
Gene
he might have been
Smith's
doing like
guitars
one of
always have
these.
that.
Yeah,
like
he probably has the nail thing
the
too.
nail.
as well.
If you're finger picking and you grow your
Yeah.
nails, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But they did it so much, right? But you know, you could hear it on live records. You could hear it on the Fillmore record. Like when they wanted more juice, they didn't have any pedals.
Yeah,
I don't think the Allman Brothers had any pedals. Jimmy Page had some stuff, but you could see them constantly. You know,
It just
and what's funny is a
adjusted.
lot of times when you see those pictures of those guys burst, you would assume they were always on the bridge pickup, but it's always on the neck pickup. Because the bridge pickup would have been really bright. They probably only went to it for like solos where they really wanted it to cut through.
Yeah.
Like low stuff.
Right.
Go to the bridge.
Yeah, because it's really bright, like this one. You know, and this one, like, this is not a loud amp. It's a class, you know, it's a class B amp, but it's only 20 watts and it's not turned up all the way. These are nice pickups.
yeah.
Okay, so we will be carrying them.
Okay.
We've just decided.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We were going to anyway because we heard they were amazing, but it's really nice to hear them. It's really nice to be able to share with you guys that these pickups are dope. So we're going to carry them here at the Guitar Shop NYC, and Cobra, of course, and Moss can install them for you, which is really cool also. And I'll have them at my place, and they will be an option in all Protocaster makeovers going forward.
Yeah.
So,
Look at that.
so this is a dope guitar, Mojo. You take that. Okay, so let's move on to...
Yeah, let's
start.
check this thing out.
This is really cool. Okay, I don't know if you guys are deadheads, but I am. It's okay to admit it these days. So this is obviously, if you're into guitars, it's a replica of Jerry Garcia's guitar from the early 70s. They call it the Alligator, or the big, they call it the Alligator. But it had all kinds of crazy modifications, which Jerry's guitars usually did. This has a Stratoblaster in it, which is like an early Alembic. That was made by Alembic, right?
Yeah.
Preamp. So this it's under here from what I gather. So there's like a little knob you can adjust it. But you have to take So it's like a preamp, so it gives gain.
So it's always on. You just set the gain.
Yeah, from what I gather. Later on, I think there was ways to disengage it, but
Yeah.
but he said, oh, if you
Why
don't,
would
he
you
said
do
it the
that?
way Jerry said it, from what I gather. But he said it's under here,
Cool.
and there is some kind of I've seen them out of it. There's a little knob you can and make it gainier and less gain. So I think he
Let's
said it was like
open it
a
up.
7 or something. You know, it'd be cool if you could actually play with it, but he's like, oh no, it's under there. I thought it was gonna be like a knob in there or something. But,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you have to set it and put it back, which later on I imagine they had ways to do it.
Yeah,
So
there must have been something easier.
but it must have been
to get.
somewhat new, and the Grateful Dead had basically what Alembic was part of the Grateful Dead originally.
Yeah.
So those guys went. So
Yeah,
they
that's
were
just a
working.
history I don't know. I know
Yeah, I'm
very
really-
little.
Olympic and Macintosh. They made all of the stuff.
All the Dead stuff with Macintosh.
You had mentioned that the
yeah.
other day that
All
they
that
used that
that
stuff,
blew my
but
mind.
they kind
They
of got
made
their
the wall of sound.
yeah. So that they
and wood stuff.
is that the were they just tied with Grateful Dead, or
Yeah, Macintosh was a
did
company.
they just happen to?
They were
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Grateful
It was all
Dead was
upstate
forming
New
it,
York
but they
stuff.
used all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, one of it wasn't it. Woodstock was all Macintosh.
Yeah,
power. It was
exactly.
They kept bringing more of them or something.
No kidding.
Big
More
heavy
amps.
ones.
Yeah. Wow.
So let's try this.
More tubes.
Yeah, they were tube powered. Imagine how heavy they were.
Jesus.
And they're the big ones for the
Imagine
PA,
how
not
hot all of that
because Jerry
stuff
played his
was.
guitar through a Macintosh power.
Wow.
You know, throughout he used Fender Twins, But to boost it up, he went to a Macintosh power.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Their thing was about being clear and non-distorted all the way in the back of an auditorium.
Yeah.
So that's why they were always messing with stuff. You know? Otherwise, I mean, I was playing. It sounds like a Strat. You know? Because Jerry's sound during
Are the
that period.
controls different? Is it just volume and tone?
Yeah, I think there's just master tone,
tone?
most volume, and it's just a Strat. Really, they didn't really start doing
Five-way
much
or
of that
three-way?
stuff. Five-way.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think Jerry's 72, like Europe 72, was his best guitar sound. Yeah, opinions vary. Deadheads will disagree on most stuff, but it was a great guitar
Most
sound.
Deadheads would fight to the death over that.
Over that,
right?
some comment like
Pretty lethal fan base. Known for fighting.
for being very argumentative.
yeah, exactly,
They're
yeah.
really mellow and stoned, but
Yeah.
they will go on forums and argue if 77's a better year than 76, or I'll kill
Yeah.
you, I'll find out who you are.
Exactly. Yeah. Firebombing is not uncommon.
Yeah,
for
I don't think the Dead were that into
community.
that, but their fans certainly get aggressive. But this guitar, you can hear that Stratocaster.
I wonder how much that peculiar bridge is contributing to.
There's a lot of brass
feel of that
parts.
guitar.
Like mostly, from what I gather, all this stuff was just done on tour as it broke. They were just like,
Oh, really?
Because
It's
they
just,
did it. Yeah, let's
gotta-
put this
you gotta
here.
mill
'Cause their
this
amps,
thing.
They would use regular Fender amps, but rip everything out of it and put in military grade everything. You know, they were really into that.
Yeah.
You know, and the guys who worked for them were all
It
like,
almost turns it into the prototype Strat where it has that second control.
Oh
point.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
yeah, and it's because they broke here.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
it was-
they just need to get in quicker.
Yeah, they were
Taking the
constantly
whole
messing
thing.
with
Oh,
things.
that could be.
But they
That
were playing
makes
so
sense.
many shows, and he didn't have a lot of guitars. Like on tour, he had this. I didn't even know they had backup guitars. You hear occasionally on tape of them saying, "Are we going to stop a minute? Someone broke a string."
No kidding.
Yeah.
And they only brought one guitar.
Yeah, they brought a guitar.
Wow.
They didn't
You know,
do
like
spares.
I heard that on, like there's a Fleetwood Mac video when they were big with Peter Green.
Yeah,
Fleetwood
yeah,
Mac.
yeah.
But like the one guy breaks a string and they go, "Oh, Jeremy's going to go up and change the string," and then Peter Green plays a song by himself. Like he didn't have a second guitar, and they're playing a big place.
That is
Imagine
wonderfully
like
absurd.
there's 18,000 people and you're trying to like string the guitar.
Holy cow.
And they were a big band. They didn't number one hit with Albatross.
God, that is-
And they didn't have a backup guitar.
That
That's
is
where Clapton got the name Slowhand. Because when he would be replacing his string,
took-
Really? Is that
everyone
right?
would go,
I didn't
That's
know
what-
that.
and he broke so many
What?
strings, they started calling him Slowhand.
I didn't know. Is that really
Yeah.
a thing?
Yeah.
wow.
Holy shit! See, that's why we
yeah.
bring Mojo.
There we go. That's,
Wow, I never knew that.
deep rock
That's
and roll history.
amazing. I didn't know that.
I had never
I
heard
thought it was just
that.
because you could play really fast, and it was like
No.
a joke.
No, because he broke strings and he would have to replace them, and it took him a long time, so people would.
Right,
make
because they were
fun,
calling
like,
him
"Well,
God,
I'm
but
really
he doesn't have a
slow."
backup guitar.
Right.
Wow.
God,
So
it's
they
God.
would-
But he
right.
has one guitar.
They would
Right.
asshole Clapton into doing
Yeah.
that. Like,
Can you hurry up?
wow.
Yeah,
I could.
I could, but
I
did you
won't.
just call me God? Am I gonna fucking hurry up? But you can see like the Allmans at the Fillmore, like they would go to the organ and tune their guitars.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of Allman Brothers bootlegs. You can hear a lot of times they're very out of tune.
Oh,
Because they'd be outdoors,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
tuned to
yeah.
it. Here's the thing of the Stones at Hyde Park, they're playing to 500,000 people or
A
more than a
lot.
million people, and they're tuning to a harmonica in the truck. And then when Keith starts
Hold
on the
on, I've got a kazoo.
starts
Here
on
we
the
go,
guitar,
Dale.
woman, it's so out of tune.
Yeah.
And he suffers through it. I don't even know if they would have noticed.
Oh.
I'm not playing a V again.
They say back then
Yeah.
everything was out of tune. They didn't like, it wasn't that
Isn't
good.
any
Hendrix was out of
Hendrix
tune a lot.
bootleg?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Led Zeppelin, like later on they had Tex, but this is the whole thing with Jimmy Page, where I just saw on Facebook, someone gave him back his original brown
Yeah,
case.
his case.
They were touring with that as the road, it was just a brown Lifton case, all taped up.
Look, it was just called the case.
Right, it was
right.
a case.
It was a
And
case.
I guess he had just gotten an
What more do
anvil
you want?
case.
Yeah. Like, I
And
get rid of
the guy's like, here, we're gonna throw it in the
It's all
garbage.
duct tape.
The guy just gave it back to him. This is a really cool thing.
Yeah.
But you see pictures of their stuff, and it's in the brown cases. Like they didn't have road cases, even in the early '70s.
Yeah.
You know, he had just gotten road cases.
Man,
It was like,
it was amazing how the paradigm changed.
that's why all their headstocks were broken. You know, like, because imagine like, and you'd see like that brown case on top of a pile of amps on
Yeah.
at an airport.
Yeah, right. Flump. I mean, some dude just chucking it onto a
Right.
belt.
Yeah, they didn't have stuff in that. His Les Paul is Black Beauty got stolen at the airport here, JFK.
Oh, that was JFK.
It was New York.
Oh,
He
that's
put ads in
interesting.
Rolling Stone, he never got it back, and then he got
Okay.
the Summers who changed history.
Yeah,
or even playing Black Beauty.
Thank
We'd all
you,
be
Joe
playing Black
Walsh.
Beauties. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have Black
Joe
Beauties.
Walsh gave everybody their guitars. He was like a guitar dealer. He gave
He might have been really fucked up too.
oh yeah, he gave Pete Townsend his 6120.
Right,
He
which he made
records
Who's
with
Next with,
everything.
right?
Really?
Yeah,
Who's
most
Next?
things.
Yeah.
Is all Gretsch.
Yeah.
Huh.
Who's Next is a Gretsch and a 310 band next.
Yep.
Okay.
I love those.
That's
a friend of mine had one.
Except for his
Yeah.
demos were all Dan Electros. He had
Ooh.
Dan Electros.
Is that right? All those like Eel
Yeah.
Pie
Because they were in
demos.
'67. They were touring, and a friend of mine got hired as Pete's driver for the day. And Townsend said, "I don't have any guitars. I need to use their pawn shop." And he said, "No, but there's a music store, and they've got these Dan Electros, very inexpensive guitars."
Yeah.
And he bought 3 solid body Dan Electros. He smashed one that night, but he liked it so much that he felt
spared
bad,
the rest.
and he saved the other one, which is his Eel Pie.
Wow.
If you look at the pictures, it's
demos
on
are
the wall.
amazing, too.
And the third one he gave to my friend who still has it.
Wow. Okay, man.
Yeah.
The Mojo's
Another
had the
deep cut.
stories, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a video
gotta
I
do
sent
all
you
the
guys. Remember Pete Townsend playing at D'Angelico, playing his New Yorker?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that video is incredible. It's playing
And
something
it's
called
just
Quadrophenia
acoustic.
to a bunch of kids or
Yeah,
something.
wait,
in a
he's around, like,
backyard.
campfires
It sounds
or something.
incredible.
Who is this that's playing?
Pete Townsend.
Oh.
Just like sitting like
What?
this and just
Playing at D'Angelico,
crushing it.
singing one of the songs off
Like,
like
that guitar's
Quadrophenia.
just-
He had
Where's
a
it?
double cutaway Dan Electro too.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah, that video is amazing. And then I'll have
Scary.
to cover one of his solo albums, like in the 80s, he's going to be D'Angelo.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll do a whole podcast on D'Angelico's at some point. You
That'll
know.
be fun.
What we're going to do in the future, we're talking to a bunch of really cool local guitar dealers, like folks at Retro Fret. And we're going to have, like, it's going to be an offshoot of the Mountain Cat podcast, where we're going to have guitar nights here, where everybody will bring 40s arch top, or everyone will do 50s solid body night.
Yeah.
And those will be fun podcasts, and we'll play them and see. I'm sure everyone will have amusing anecdotes. Your old partner Peter will be here, and you know, he knows a lot about
Champion.
guitars, and Shira from Retro Fret Guitars. And speaking of those guys, I wanted to give them a shout out because I just bought this guitar from them on your recommendation, just to play because it's such a cool guitar, and they were so cool
That
in
is a
selling it. to
really
me.
This
neat
literally
bass.
might be the best junior I've ever played in
Yeah,
my life.
It
You
plays
played a lot of
super
tunes.
nice too.
I played a few, yeah. I played
Yeah, Chris just called me one day, not long ago, it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and said, there's a junior Retro Fret, just call them and buy it. Don't even look at it. I'm like, all right. Saying a whole bunch of TV. I was
I'm
like,
buying.
I'll do that. So and they were so cool, and they sold it to me, and here it is. But I just wanted one of those to play because I didn't have a single cut junior, a double cut.
And that's the
junior.
next that I wanted to do on your guitar. See how it comes down a little bit?
Right,
Rather than a
it's
Les
clearly
Paul.
different.
In
So see-
'56, they only made 511 of these.
Of June,
Of
single cut
yeah, and
juniors
they also
forward.
moved.
That's the thing, right?
6 months later, this
They
pickup
moved that
was
pickup,
just
right.
up a hair because they thought it was
Here, plug that
distorting too much.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
here, plug that one.
I mean, who wants distortion with their guitars?
Right. Who wants that?
There's the thought.
It's funny, you know how we
Wow. Wow.
That was hot.
This thing's insane.
Whoa. Wow, listen to that. That's
Thing's nuts.
crazy.
Fun.
Well, this is so your kind of thing. The tuners are good. Like,
Yeah.
it's anything you play, yeah, it's really in tune, too.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, let's get to the Golden Road guitar.
Oh yeah.
Which
There we
is
go.
a guitar that James, now we had talked about this in an earlier, there's something on our YouTube station, it wasn't a full podcast, or maybe it was, where I brought my 55 Gold Top
Make a trick with you.
out here, and we all just kind of played it and tried to get an idea, mostly for James, get an idea of what kind of made it tick, not what it looked like, just kind of what it
Just the
felt
vibe.
like.
Yeah.
And we discovered a bunch of stuff. The one thing I took away from that is when you plugged it in, you always plug into tons of amps at the same time and turn them all up to 10. Which is a different sound.
That's how you have to listen.
But you
to
play
it.
on big stages, that's how you play. You know, but when you plug that guitar into that rig and play
You
like
go
that,
down.
it didn't necessarily sound like, it sounded like Led Zeppelin. So it didn't sound like the difference between P90s and humbucker.
No.
It sounded like the same thing.
Just
So you realize
where
you
it
could have
is.
played a P90 guitar, except back then they were noisy. That's the reason people in giant
Switched.
bands didn't use
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
is that they didn't know how to ground things properly and shit was just noisy. Or he could have been using a P90 Gold Top. They all liked them. They all wanted them because of Freddie King.
About a little
Supposedly Clapton, when he went shopping for his burst, was shopping for a P90 Gold Top. They
Yeah.
didn't find one. But they wouldn't then realized that they were noisy and would switch to humbuckers probably anyway.
Yeah.
Only because of the noise. And that was the same when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the P90s were too noisy.
Yeah.
You had distortion bus, and other was grounded right.
Yeah.
And no one knew how to make
Just
them be less noisy.
Hey, sorry to interrupt the podcast. This is Daniel. I just had to change out the card and reset, and here we go.
We should switch hats and
I'll
we should
take
just
our
put someone
shirts
else
off.
in there and see if anybody
That's
notices.
Suddenly your pants are
Right,
on.
everyone switch positions, right. And Daniel will be sitting there. That'd be great.
Yeah. I already started.
You just have 4 different people. Oh, really?
You gotta
Yeah,
edit
people
it
figure it
anyway.
out. That's inside baseball, man.
Ah, that's funny.
Okay, we're back. We just had to switch the card in the thing. So we are back, and we were just about to start discussing, or we were discussing,
Yeah.
the Golden Road guitars. So the thing is, they're loosely based on, the idea was that James would hang out with this gold top, because we always loved that gold top,
Yeah.
and build something, not that looked like it or necessarily sounded just like it,
in
just
the
kind of the way
ballpark.
that you
Just
feel.
inspired.
Yeah.
You're inspired by it.
Those 50s guitars have this thing they do. So James generally doesn't do set neck guitars, but we decided that this one would have a set neck, which
Yeah.
it now has,
It's gonna be great.
which is really cool.
And I did the neck joint as like your
Like a junior.
Right.
junior, so it has a little bit
Yeah.
of
Right.
A little
room
more
here.
wall.
I like that. It's
Right.
nice.
So it's like it's got a lot of aspects of your guitars, but closer to like a Gibson style.
it's a one-piece mahogany body.
And the mahogany is just a bit of a story, no?
Yeah, and then the maple
Are you supposed to
on
tell the
top.
story?
Well, the maple on top. the, maple,
Queuing you up,
Yes,
kid.
it is a story.
the maple on top is from Greenwood
Frothy
Cemetery.
Right. Which is right up the block here. It's a gigantic
across the
cemetery
street.
in Brooklyn.
You know, everybody's in there.
Yeah, a lot of dead people. And the wood.
Wait, this
is
was
from
recovered from the cemetery?
Yeah, so there's like dead people's minerals.
Vibes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, minerals.
Yeah.
Brooklyn
Schmeck.
people.
Basquiat's in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
So it's
So
basically
I've got a few
sounds
pieces
like
of
him.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Right.
And then this is old rosewood from Martin that somebody got from the 70s, like 71. So they probably bought it in the 50s. And so we're doing 2 of these. Both of the necks have the same piece, the same cut of the rosewood. Both of the necks are cut from the same piece of mahogany and the bodies.
What's the
But
story with mahogany? Where was this from?
This is just from my dude Gidwani.
Ah,
He's
gotcha.
awesome.
Okay.
But it's nice just to have such a big piece.
That is
from him.
a
He gets really nice
large
stuff.
single piece.
Yeah. And
we just decided today the other one's going to be chambered.
yep.
Because we made 2 different. I don't want to give away too much from the other one. But this one's going to be standard gold top
Yeah.
configuration.
We'll
with
do a
2 P90s
wraparound
and a
P90s.
And the other one we're going to have a little more fun with and do something
Yeah.
a little more out there. But it's going to, the neck and body are all the same, just the electronics.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
going to do
You gonna do some kind of guard? Maybe.
We'll make it, but who knows if they'll live on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if this will lend itself to that. It might.
Yeah,
or
it might.
I
You
could
know,
see like a floral 295 style
Ooh,
thing
that would
there.
be a good
cool.
idea.
That feels like
With
your
some other
vibe,
kind of
you
flower,
know what I mean?
Totally.
That's a cool idea.
Could
Maybe we'll do a
anything.
different color guard with a different color flower.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Whoa, which
Just
whoa,
riffing.
it's just happening.
But yeah, this one's gonna
Off
be
the
really
top.
cool.
Yeah, that one is already cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, James sends me
Good way.
pictures every day, which eventually next time out we'll do. Hopefully this is probably done, and we'll do a podcast and we'll show all those pictures. But yesterday you were carving the top on this when you sent me a video of
Yeah.
the top carving is really cool.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do for a bridge? Like a
Just
wrap
a
tail?
wraparound.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's nadeable.
Nice.
Yeah, this one we're
Yeah,
gonna just
yeah.
make a gold top
Yeah.
P90s. The other one we're
Proper.
gonna mess around with a little more.
Yeah, Rick McCurdy gave me that D'Angelico plane. It's been my favorite tool.
Everyone commented on that.
It's like, give me that, and now everything's carved.
Right.
That tool is gorgeous. You were showing me that earlier.
Can we show this to the people?
Yes. So this one is,
See, this is like the perfect way too. It's not light.
yeah,
It's not heavy.
and that's like what you were saying. That's what G. Smith also always told me. It's like,
Yeah.
you need a heavy guitar if you're playing in a band.
Right. Yeah, if
They
not,
cut.
they sound fine.
Yeah.
But in a band, they do disappear.
So this one is like our take, because Paul Bigsby is my favorite builder, and so is D'Angelico. And I love the thin-waisted guitar. So this one is based off of the model that I play live.
It almost looks like a
Okay,
bigger
fine.
Zamitis,
Yeah.
or like somewhere in between.
Yeah,
Full
yeah,
Zamitis.
good call.
A little Zamitis-y in
Yeah,
there, which I love. You know, I'm always
And it's gonna be cool. And for the binding, what I'm end up gonna doing is basically just tape off the maple.
Yeah,
and
it's
so you can
big-
see the grain in it, which will be cool.
Be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's based on a gold tub, but it's not necessary. This won't be gold,
Yeah.
but we have plans for other ones. We'll eventually do a flame tub. We're talking about doing a Black Beauty one.
Yeah.
you can make them-
Are you going to do any checking in the finish? Maybe.
I mean, I shoot lacquer, so
Yeah. Who knows? Might just happen on its own.
maybe this winter.
Yeah.
It's going upstate. So
Yep.
it's pretty cold. Just leave it outside at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my place it gets cold. Josh has a Sub-Zero freezer to
Yeah.
check shit, but sometimes it gets that cold up by me. I just leave them out on my
It's-
terrace at night.
Like Joe Perry's bursts.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy brought him back from repair, and oh yeah, they're in the car. I'll go get him, and he brought him in.
Oh,
It was
no.
freezing outside. He opened the cases, and the tops of them just kind of turned opaque for a second, and then they just shattered.
Yep.
That happened to my 61 SG. Remember, I got that one, and
Yeah.
I was like, "It's too mint," and we played up in Ithaca. I was like, "I'm gonna leave this in the car."
Yeah, a friend of mine said he was touring. He was in Colorado. This is like before the
Yeah.
event and all that. He said he basically took the thing out of the car and they were in Colorado, got into the stage, opened the thing up, and watched it go. He
Yep.
was like, "Dude, my guitar's exploding." What do you mean? Like, it's like breaking.
And you can hear that happening.
What do you mean my guitar's
Yeah.
breaking? They're like, "What's your guitar breaking?" He's like, "Look." They're like, "Whoa," and then stuff. They're like, "It's weather checking."
What are you going to do for pickups on this guy?
Basically, just wind a nice set of P90s, probably a measured Doug's,
Okay.
and make something loosely based around.
Are you doing a humbucker size P90?
Nope.
Okay.
I was just messing.
No, originally he sent me a picture like, let's do humbuckers. But I think in the other one we had come up with an idea for like coil tappable humbuckers.
We're gonna get weird with that.
with some coil taps, like a Jerry Garcia thing.
Yeah.
Everyone in the '70s had coil taps.
Sure.
And it's actually very
brass
cool.
and-
People are just
Yeah.
rediscovering how cool that was.
Yeah.
Or like some people like we were just talking use half of the bridge pickup and the whole
Yeah.
neck pickup.
I love
is one
that
position.
stuff.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
really cool sound. So like,
Yeah, I had a customer have me wire a thing that way recently.
right. That's right. You called me about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these aren't too far size-wise. Huh?
No, it's actually interesting to see them juxtaposed, isn't it?
Yeah, is that in the thing? Can you get those? Is that in there?
Yeah. Fun. Mine's bigger.
That should be the thing. Golden Road Guitars. Mine's bigger. We make T-shirts. I'll say that.
I love the thickness of the body on this one.
Yeah.
When I say thickness, I mean the thinness of it. It looks to be just over an SG thickness, really.
Yeah, it's thinner.
Yeah.
That's why it's like James's take on that guitar, but it's not a replica.
That's
of
cool.
Gold Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you. This guitar is you.
so that's what I wanted. Like I wanted to say Carbonetti guitars.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wanted to, if you just looked at it, you knew it was one of James's guitars.
And then with the headstock, with what I do too is, so this will be cut in half from the top. So instead of having the break angle be tilted, my headstock's pushed back
Right.
further. So
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
drop it, the headstock's not going to break.
Oh, that's smart.
And so
That's
you're getting the Fender strength,
Yep.
but the Gibson tone of the
Right.
pitch.
Right. Right. So
Smart.
you don't need the string
You
trees.
don't
Yeah,
need
it's
it.
like how these will be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, see how that's pushed back further, but
Right.
you're
That's
getting the
logical,
angle.
right?
But if you drop this flat, it's not
It won't
gonna
break. Right. Stingers.
So, yeah.
And this will have stingers.
Yeah.
Stingers are cool. I just saw we were at Lark Street Music with a whole bunch of cats, and Stromberg's had stingers on the side.
Yeah, that's what he's
Which
doing.
I
On the
just saw.
sides?
Yeah, I took a
Triangle.
picture and sent it right there. I was like, put these on those guitars.
Just midway in the neck.
Stingers.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So like almost
Just
like a
two little
Harlequin
stingers.
square?
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
two little
7th fret.
points,
So
kind of
cool.
pointing at each other.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god,
Oh.
side stingers. I would have never
cool.
thought of that. I sent a picture. I was like, put these on our guitar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never
man.
enough stingers.
I love stingers. Yeah, it's all
Oh,
about
that's
stingers.
really.
Yeah, it's just very
Huh.
cool.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, so
Elmer.
that's what.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, Stromberg. Yeah, I didn't even realize because we happened to be with Adam Groom from Satellite Amps in
Yeah.
California, and he has a bunch of Strombergs.
He's got 3 of them. And
He's
he's like,
more than that.
he's like, my favorite builder's his dad, though. He has insurance from his father.
Right.
Stromberg's
Well, I didn't realize
father.
there was only 300 something Strombergs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever having a Stromberg at like Chelsea. We had everything. I don't think we ever had a Stromberg. But there only
Boston's
were
not
a
New
couple
York,
hundred.
Doug.
Right. Hey, we were Stromberg.
Boston.
Yeah, I only got
Right.
one in my entire life.
Right. See, I've been having guitars if you don't. You
Yeah,
know,
I played one at
hundreds. Yeah,
Bruce.
thousands.
It was like that 18-inch, the
Right.
big 400 one. It's like $125,000.
But Buzzy has that 19-inch one. If you still have it.
I mean, that was the first $100,000 acoustic
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
back in the day. Yeah.
But that was
very
really,
nice.
I never even played a Stromberg. We just happened to be with Adam.
Oh, they're
and we went
glorious.
to Lark Street Music, Fuzzy's place, and we may still have it, because he does, I kind of want that, a 19-inch Stromberg, which there aren't that many of. This was
Get
a
it.
Super 400.
I spoke to him yesterday.
Oh, does he still live there?
I didn't ask.
You should ask him every time you speak to him.
I have an old railroad jacket, and he has that big B patch.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna give him the railroad jacket, and he's gonna sew it on.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what he talked
I
about.
love
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
So I told him I wore it to get ice cream the other night, and he said, "Don't get ice cream on my
Don't
jacket."
Yeah, Fuzzy's the awesome.
That's fun. I love that.
All right, so I think we covered a lot of ground. I think we're pretty much heading towards the end. So this was a fun podcast. I will thank Daniel Ferry right there for shooting
Yeah,
our
thank you,
podcast,
Daniel.
and he will edit it.
Yay!
He's done all the podcasts, and he's the best. And Mas, do you want to come say hi to the people?
Latino.
Mas is somewhere else. He was here before though. So well, we've done podcasts with Mas, and he's dope, and you guys know who he is anyway.
Wait,
But
but see the other stuff.
yes, oh yeah, bring all other stuff because we're getting towards the end. And Mojo, would you like to say anything to the fine people? No. Fuck those people.
That's enough.
I do want to do one. I want to test one chord thing on this.
Yeah, yeah.
On that. Here, give me the cable for 1 second. Okay.
Oh, one other thing. The folks that you turned me up to, the Weaver Street Slide people.
Oh yeah, they're the Weaver
Wanted to
Street.
thank those guys
Weaver
for sending
Street
a slide.
the best for your slide needs.
Yeah.
And they
Oh,
just
they're
sent
amazing.
me a slide, which is really cool. And we'll play some slide on this in a second. These guys are really cool. And I love this slide, so we're going to start carrying these two. And they'll be here at the guitar shop. If you want to try to get one of these slide.
Yeah.
Here's your
That sounds accurate. That's the test for any PAF. Is Jesus Just Left Chicago?
You almost need those pickups to
Yeah.
take it. Otherwise, it
Yeah,
kind of does that thing.
yeah.
If that was distorted to a bigger, if you
Yeah.
turn the amp all the way up, it would sound like that. Because that's what this magic
It's
of those
got-
pickups.
it's got
you can
that
play
tone.
virtually nothing, or just something really cool.
Yeah, they have to
so
be a little,
good.
just
Right.
enough microphonic.
They have to be a little
Right.
microphonic, and they
That's
also
what
have to be
Peter always said.
underpowered.
You have to go right to the edge
Right,
of
yeah,
microphonic,
yeah.
and sometimes you'll get a microphonic pickup.
Right.
One of my
Just
PAFs
right on the
is
edge.
microphonic.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Just leave it.
But I don't mess with it. It sounds amazing. But it will break at some point, which will suck. But
So what do we have
you
here?
guys can fix it. That
This
is
is
the
the
neck
other
to the
gold.
other one, and here is the other one without a top.
Yep.
Just the back, and we decided that this one would be chambered just for some fun.
Yeah, and here's the top.
And there's the top.
Straight from Greenwood.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's
Fun
amazing.
stuff.
Really
That's
cool.
really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just try these Weaver Street slides. Those guys were nice enough to send a slide on your recommendation, and they were really cool. Take this ring off.
It's a good
These slides sound really good. Sort of sounds somewhere between
Yeah, I can't
glass
tell what
and
I'm
metal.
looking at.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
metal?
metal.
You know that.
But it's painted.
No, the trick he does to these, which I probably shouldn't say on the air, is that they're not. He doesn't have them like porcelain coated like a lot of those
Oh.
powder coated.
Oh,
So they have a
wow. So
slight
it's
bit
super
of grit.
durable.
Right, that's why they sound
Yeah.
like kind of like
Yeah.
glass and kind of like metal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really, really cool. So I'm going to talk to them hopefully before this podcast airs, and we can get a bunch of these. So they'll be
Check
here.
this thing out.
Very nice.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
And I'm proud to say I'm an endorser of this product.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is cool. These pickups are great.
Yeah,
The
pickups-
slides are great. The Protocasters are great. That thing's great.
Just
Mojo's
straighten this
great.
all around.
Basically, everything's great.
Yeah, it's
just
good.
everything's
Everything's
great.
I think this is the best day
Everything's
ever.
it's awesome. It's
And-
fantastic.
This makeover is dope. All right, so we'd just like to thank Daniel again, and thank all you
Thank
guys,
you,
of course,
Daniel.
for being here.
Yeah, thanks,
and thank
Daniel.
you guys, of course, for watching. We hope you enjoyed the podcast, and please visit our sponsors' websites. They're awesome, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye, everybody!
Hope you enjoyed today's podcast. We really enjoyed making it. We would like to thank today's sponsors, Labella Strings and Bob's Secondhand Helicopters. And Bob would like to remind everybody that helicopters are not a toy unless they are a toy helicopter, and then enjoy it.